Hola, welcome to the Crypt of Wax. Do you like that, Mike? You like that? Yeah, been
Yeah, I like that. Nando's.
Nando's. Quite a regional joke that. I've been practicing
Yeah,
my Portuguese. Today we are talking Black Cilice, Votive Fire, 4 tracks of unrelenting Portuguese mysticism, Mike.
yeah.
Each song being over 7 minutes long, the opener being the longest at like 10 minutes. It's quite a demanding, like hypnotic kind of listen, isn't it? It's not something that you sort of go into track by track. It's one I feel that has to be played in its entirety to sort of like you get the atmosphere, you get the emotion, you get the feeling.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this isn't the sort of thing you go into listening for like riffs or particular moments. It's about kind of letting it all wash over you. I was just looking. So this band Black Cilice, I actually felt I think as I was getting more sort of initially delving into the sort of raw underground stuff. This was one of the first bands I kind of
Yeah,
heard. So I'm always really interested when they've got something out. And actually, when I listened to this, I realized I did miss an album. They had an album come out 2 years ago, which I didn't know had come out.
very active,
So I might
very
check them
active,
out.
aren't they?
Very
Yeah,
active because I'm just looking at their Metallum because obviously I think their Bandcamp only shows their full lengths, but the amount of stuff they've
yeah.
done, he's done. It's just one dude, isn't it?
They
I
play,
think
they
they
do
play
play
live.
live. Yeah, they do play live. But I think it is just
Yeah,
one guy. But they've been like active since what 2009, I believe. So like around. Yeah,
2009. But I mean, when you look at the amount of demos and splits and stuff they've done, it's quite a very
it
active
is,
band.
yeah. Okay, but yes, today we are talking the latest release, Votive Fire, which came out on the 1st of May. So we're a couple of weeks late on that, but we're covering it now. So this is getting a release on vinyl and CD through Iron Bonehead. But yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I think what's initial immediately when you put this on is like the production. It's
Yeah,
the guitar is such a unique sound, isn't it? It's like it feels like it's been recorded in like a room rather than like a direct mic in front of an amp or like a plug-in. It feels like it's like a room overhead that's capturing like the essence, and it's not very gainy either, is it? It's a very unique
no,
guitar tone.
it's very unique. You can't really hear the sort of playing as such. Like it's not like you can hear strumming
Yeah,
particularly or picked parts. It really is a especially in this scene a tone all of its own. I mean, I'm assuming there's quite a lot of effects and stuff going on there to create this kind of sound that they've got. But I mean, I love the guitar tone on this. It really does sort of it's these kind of like sheets of like noise that are coming at you. You've got this, it's and the vibe of it as well. I, d- I know I often talk about sort of a mixture of light and dark, but this is almost it's not like it flits between light and darkness. It's got that two sort of elements
together.
together at the same
It's
time
funny
because it feels dark, but it also feels melodic.
it's funny you
Yeah.
said that because I feel that that happens with the production as well. I noted that it flirts the line of being both dull and not like boring
Mm,
dull, but it's in like quite dark. Dull
yeah.
is the only way I can describe it, but
Yeah, I know what
also
you
being
mean.
bright at the same time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's a really interesting production choice, but I think that makes this album like all the more interesting. I think it's probably the
Mm.
I don't want to say like best thing about it, but I think had it been produced differently, it wouldn't be as inviting or engaging. I think.
I need to go back and listen to some of the old stuff, but I feel like this one has got a lot more clarity on it than previous releases. I mean, especially the early stuff. I think me and you on one of our old shows talked about one of his very early
Yeah,
albums. And if I remember rightly, the vocals back then, it literally just sounded like wind.
yeah. I remember that one.
Like it was that kind of sound. Whereas now, yeah, the vocals they are kind of more of a texture, but you can make out that it's a human
Yeah,
voice these days, and you know, and everything does feel a little bit more cleaner than some of his earlier releases anyway. But still has this really
yeah.
unique sound. It's this band are not going to be for everyone that's into this kind of scene because it is kind of its own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't want to say it's experimental in that sense, but like I think it's experimental in production potentially, but musically it
Mhm.
does fall into that kind of hypnotic. repetitive, let moments breathe style of black metal rather
Mhm.
than like a riff fest or like a bit more progressive.
Yeah.
It's like track one, for example, released by Fire, the longest track on the album. There's maybe three main sections, two of which are the same, like the start and the end. It's like bookended, and the riff is very simple. It's
Mm.
very straight. There's like one high chord in it that gives it a kind of hypnotic feel.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it's quite infectious in that sense that it kind of just lets you go
Yeah.
over it. And then there's like this kind of change in the middle, a pace change. It's sort of there's a bit of variation. It still feels the same, but it adds like a different tone.
It's quite subtle, the change,
Yeah,
is it? Like the drums change it, but the riffs subtly
yeah.
change. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
notice,
they're
yeah.
very in a similar like register and stuff like
Mm.
that. But I think that I enjoyed that. That's what gave it like that kind of, I don't want to say trance like state, but it was very
It does, I
transfixing.
think it
Yeah,
does, yeah, 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 I
and then it
think it
sort of
does.
carries on as it goes into track two, Vows Sworn for Centuries. It starts with a bit more of like a melodic feel, I guess that kind of
Mm.
touch what you were touching on with that kind of bright and dark. But it's very melancholic, melancholy
Mm.
as well. It within the chord structure, great pace changes. It kind of all slows down, and they bring in this kind of like war drum that goes on.
I love that
Yeah,
bit,
really
yeah.
cool.
Did you, I don't know if did you notice I really liked the what he used in the blast in this song? Did you sort of notice the accents,
Yes.
the way he was kind of accenting the
Yeah.
ride? Almost had like a jazz sort of quality to it, the way it was. I thought it was really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, I love the drums on this on this, by the way. I thought the drums were really the changes they made kind of moved songs forward in senses or made enough of a change that you sort of you felt like there was differences within the song.
Yes. I do want to. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit conflicting because I do agree with you for tracks one, two, and four. I feel
Mm,
with track three into the inner temple, it was a lot of fast then slow, then fast and slow. It happened
yeah.
a bit too much, and it kind of took me out of everything that had been building up before it. It felt
Mhm.
like it was a good song. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of really cool moments in it, and it felt standout, but not in a kind of sense of this is the best song kind of way. It just stood out in the sense of like this could have probably been cut from the album, and it might have flowed a lot more in as one. Whereas I think track three, because there was so much pace changing going on, it took me out of that kind of transfixed feeling, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, I really like track 3. It might even be my favorite one on it, but then you're right, it did maybe that's because it did
Yeah, yeah,
stand out more than the others. But I love the slowness in it. Almost had that kind of not don't want to say stonery and like it wasn't like, but but it had that kind of
yeah.
it went down to that kind of pace. I wondered as well with the guitars in it, do you think he uses a different tuning?
It's weird, isn't it? I'm not sure. I feel like there's maybe some sort of octave pedal at play as well, because on some of the leads, it
Yeah.
sounds like there's like a weird octave going on. It'd be in,
Because it sounds like even when he goes into chords, they don't sound quite
yeah. It's yeah,
conventional.
it's an interesting listen for that reason alone.
Mm,
But the songwriting, back to the songwriting, Mike. Rather than jumping all over the place, I think going into track
sorry.
four, "Destruction of All Realities," which is a great song title, it
Mm,
goes back into that more hypnotic approach. It does start to feel a little bit, I don't want to say predictable, like you almost know when it's going to
yeah,
go, okay, now it's going to go fast again, now he's going to introduce that kind of
yeah,
like steadier beat with like double kick. I wasn't
yeah.
mad at it because it was very effective, but it did slowly start to feel a little bit
It felt a
structured.
bit
Yeah.
formulaic towards the to the rest of the album, even though this band aren't really
Yes.
formulaic compared to anything else. But yeah, yeah, and that's probably why track 3 stood out because it did feel very
Yeah.
different to the other ones. But there, I think the thing with Black Cilice is they're a total vibe band, aren't they? You're
100%.
listening to this for atmosphere. There's a lot of kind of feeling in it as well. Um,
Which it nails. Which it
vocally,
nails.
it really does, and vocally, it's quite anguish, but it's quite low in the mix as well, isn't it? It's not meant to be front and center. It's supposed to be a bit of a texture, and I found on some songs, you almost couldn't hear when the vocals were coming in and out. They sort of were really blended in. In certain places, you
Yeah.
could really pick it out. In others, it sort of it felt like it was in that kind of wash of
Yeah.
noise as well, which was effective. It
It
worked
did
really
work really
well. I
well.
mean, I really like this band. I think I think they're a unique black metal listening
Yeah,
experience.
agreed. Yeah, no, I agree with your sentiments on the vocals. I think they sat maybe just slightly below the guitars. Do you think, or maybe
Mm,
blended into the same kind of register?
it felt
Yeah,
blended. Yeah,
but it was like this was a great listen, first and foremost. But for me, it's one of the most unique produced albums I've heard this year.
yeah.
Definitely the most unique sounding guitar tone, and I think for that, it's like 100% worth checking out. Like probably if you've clicked this video, you know this band already, and you've probably heard this already. But if you haven't, and like you're coming to us for your taste making needs, um,
Oh, yeah. That makes me feel quite,
important, Mike.
don't know,
Yeah.
arrogant. Yeah.
Definitely check this one out because it's a really cool listen. I mean, it's not too long, is it? It's like 40 minutes. It doesn't even take. But yeah,
40 minutes. I think though you'll get an idea by track 1 if it's your kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You will.
But, it's I mean, I'd say it's a headphone listen. John, do
Yeah,
you think it's
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, Mike,
Yeah.
most songs on our channel are headphone listens because you try
Yeah.
listening to that out
You can't
loud.
make out most of it. Yeah, don't listen to it on your phone speaker, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Just the.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, if you do check this one out, let us know what you think of it in the comments. Where it ranks in his other or their other discography as well, because it'll be
Oh, man, there's a lot there. There's a lot. There's some other albums though by him that I like. Was it Banished from Time, which was one of a few years ago, was really good. And Esoteric Atavism are
yeah.
my two normal go tos when I listen. But I do like this one was very very
It
good
was
as
very
well.
good, very unique. Listen, if you are new here and you do like this kind of content, we put out videos every Wednesday and Friday covering the latest black metal releases, or trying to be latest within the same month at least.
We
We
do our
do our
best.
best. Cut us some slack, all right? Yeah, and we'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Ciao. No, wait. What's Portuguese for bye? I only learnt hello.
See ya. I don't know.